Hey, it's Monday, and it is, sorry about that, and it is time for a Facebook Live. Again, I usually don't wait to build an audience because I know that people come back and they watch later, so I just kind of get right into it. So, for those of you who have not seen it, I go into lately, I've just been kind of going into why I'm here, what I'm doing, just to let people know. Those of you, like I said, who have not seen it before, who have not been on these before. And I think this is week 10. Hey Jackie, hey Lisa, and Leslie. Week 10 or 11. So there's got to be at least 30 videos out there. So I'm doing these on Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays. And it's just something that God kind of placed in my heart just to get out there and to talk about fear, anxiety, and panic attacks. And I'll be honest with you, when I first started doing these, I had some fear even about doing these. It's like, who's going to listen? Who's going to watch? Am I going to know what to say? Am I not like panic attacks or anything like that, but sometimes even now a little bit I'm like, oh gosh, a lot of times I don't know what I'm going to talk about until that day, and that's what kind of happened today as well. But my journey began when I was 11, and my struggle through fear, anxiety, and panic attacks. And I said this last week, but I'll say it again. The resources that people have now are amazing, right? And I'm not saying that I'm amazing, but I'm getting on here. People can watch, right? People can listen to these. People can Google it. You can, there's so much more available, at least to let you know that you're not alone with this thing. Truly, I was 11, right, when they started. Fear started when I was really young, but 11 was how old I was with my first full-blown panic attack. Okay, so that was in 1971, right? There was an internet there was nothing. I truly felt so alone. And I know that even now, we know that there are so many people who struggle with this, millions and millions of people who struggle with this. However, when you're dealing with it, it still causes you to feel very alone, very isolated. It's it's an awful way to live. It's a hellish way to live. It's a scary way to live. It's a sometimes hopeless way to live. It brings about a lot of feelings. It evokes a lot of fear above the fear that you're even going through. I don't know if that makes sense. I'll sort of go into that a bit tonight. But I'm on here to give hope. I'm on here to give encouragement. I'm on here to tell you that you can break free despite what you've been told, despite what you think, that you can break out of this, just this noose, right, of fear, that you can break out of this pit of fear, of the chains of fear, because that's what you feel like, like you're just bound to this, like you're not going to break free. And I'm here to tell you that you can, okay, that you can. I struggled for about 25 years, and now I've been free for about, 20, maybe just a little bit over 20. So I have a couple things I'm going to talk about. What I said my topic is tonight, and then I'm going to share something with you that's kind of exciting. That is exciting, actually. So tonight, what I put was don't fear the fear, and I'll explain that. The reason that I'm doing that tonight, I actually listened to a message today. I listen as I'm getting ready in the mornings. I just like to feed my mind. Basically with with messages, with the Word of God, because it's so rich and it's so powerful and it has so much value on how to live. And today, during that message, the gentleman that was giving it said, you cannot take authority over that which you fear. You cannot take authority over that which you fear. All right, so if you think of, like, let's say a dog, let's say you are in a place, with a friend or something like that, and they have a dog, and you're afraid of dogs, right? You're afraid of them. And the dog senses it, right? Dogs sense those who are afraid of them. So your friend goes in the house and you're trying to take authority over this dog, right? The best you know how. Like, stop, like, don't come near me, like, like, stop right now, and you're sort of backing off, and you're, almost backing up, and that dog can sense your fear. You're trying to take authority over that which you already fear. Right? But somebody comes out, your friend comes out and has no fear of dogs, let's say, right? And it tells that dog to sit and stay right where you are. And since that dog knows that this person has authority and has no fear of them, they listen, right? It listens right away. So, I just wanted to give a couple examples so I could sort of kind of preface this. So let's say we've all seen kids, right, who parents might be a little fearful of their children, right? And more friends with their kids, can't really tell them what to do, and try to take authority. Maybe we've all heard it, you can't do this, can't do that. Well, a child even senses when a parent is a bit fearful of it, right? And so what happens? The kid doesn't listen, right? The kid just goes on doing, or just talks back to the parent or whatever, because it senses the fear. All right, and you might think, okay, this is weird, but I've talked before about your thoughts, how we have to take those thoughts captive, right? That are not serving you, that are making you more fearful, that are not of God, and how we have to watch what we're saying, how that is so powerfully important to watch our words. You guys all have heard me say that if you've listened to these, right? And the Bible tells us that we can take authority over things. We can command things to go and to be removed, right? So, but not only do we have the fear that comes in, right? We've got the panic attacks, the anxiety that seems to be coming, and it came out of the blue when it first came, and it keeps coming, and now we've got all these thoughts of, I can't do this, and when is it going to happen again, and I can't go there, and what if, so now, outside, and I had to be there. So now we're not only are we experiencing the fear and the anxiety and the panic attacks, but we're fearing the fear too. Do you kind of understand what I'm saying? So you can't take authority over that which you already fear. Okay? So when you're speaking, if you're speaking those things, I know it sounds weird, but your mind knows if you're speaking in authority, if you're saying, no, I am going to break free. I am not designed to live in fear. I will not live in fear. I will break free from these panic attacks, and I believe it and I receive that, right? So if you are saying this and you are saying it in authority, okay, and you're no longer afraid of the fear, you're going to start seeing. It might be small steps, but you're going to start seeing day after day that the fear is going to be less and less. So what I want to get you to understand is, don't make every effort. That's a wrong thing to say. Begin to not fear the fear. The worst thing that you think is going to happen when you have a panic attack, or when you have just that generalized anxiety that just kind of comes, lasts all day long. It just, because we don't have panic attacks every day, but just that generalized unease, that generalized it's just there, and don't fear it. The worst thing that you think is going to happen to you won't. It's not going to cause you to pass out. It's not going to cause you to go crazy. You're not going crazy. Your mind is not going crazy, right? You're not going to die. You're not going to have a heart attack. Don't fear it. Because when we're fearing, that's what got us into trouble. to begin with, is when we had these feelings first off, we feared it right away. You know, here comes this wave of something that I've never felt before, right? When you first had that first attack, for those of you who I'm speaking to who did, and it's like, I don't know if you're with like me, but it was like I'm hanging on to something. Like, what is this? Like, what? Like, I remember getting up and like walking and just thinking, what is happening to me? Like, what is this? Right? That's that first response is what kind of got us into trouble in the first place. We didn't know. I didn't know. It's a horrible feeling. It's a horrible feeling, right? But what we thought about that right off the bat is sets the tone and sets the stage for the next one to happen, and the next one to happen, and the next one to happen. And now you don't only have the fear, but you're fearing the fear. You're fearing what it's going to do to you. You're fearing what's going to happen. You're fearing the next one, right? And that's what becomes the vicious cycle, going over and over and over again. And I'm going to tell you something right now that you can say, right now, that you can begin to say. When it comes, it's only anxiety. It's only anxiety. Even if you feel like you're falling apart, even if you feel like, oh my gosh, say those words out of your mouth. It's only anxiety. It's only anxiety. I've had it how many times? I mean, I was able to say I've had it after 25 years. This has happened for 25 years. Nothing horrible has happened before, and it's not going to happen now. It's only anxiety. It's only anxiety. Begin to say that. No matter if you feel like that's it or not. You know, you might feel like, no, that's not what I feel like. I don't feel like it's only anxiety. I feel like it's, no. Just begin to say that every time. It's only anxiety. Nothing more, nothing less. And don't give it any more power than it deserves. It deserves nothing. It deserves nothing but leaving, right? It deserves nothing but going to the pit of hell where it belongs and where it came from, okay? But here's a start for you. Here's a start. When those waves come, when that wave of anxiety comes, make the first thing out of your mouth from now on be, it's only anxiety. Nothing more, nothing less. Because the more we give power to, the more we fear it, the more we what if, the more we do those things, the more power we give to it, and the more it's going to just continue to escalate, right? So that's why I'm saying, don't fear the fear. Don't fear the fear. Begin to just talk to it. Begin to talk to it nonchalantly. Just, that's what it is. It is what it is, and begin to keep saying that. Begin to keep saying that. And you'll find that it will begin to lessen because you're not fearing the fear anymore. Nothing horrible is going to happen to you. I know it feels like it is, but it won't. It'll leave you exhausted, a panic attack. It'll leave you, like your hand on your chest, my heart's still beating, and I get it. It'll leave you whipped, drained, but believe that it isn't going, the worst thing that you can think of is not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So don't fear the fear, okay? Okay, so just briefly too, I want to just let everybody know, I'll go into this maybe a little bit more in the next one, but so we have about 30 videos now, right? Going back 10 weeks. And, I tell people, go back and listen to them, go through the topics, and you're going to see a topic that might speak to you, right? And I've heard many people, come up to me from different places, people from church, people from town, people that have told me, I listen to your videos, but, sometimes it's challenging to go back and to scroll through my wall, right, and look at these videos and keep going through what's the topic of this, because I have other posts in between, the videos at times. So what we're working on, and it's going to get done this week, very soon, is we're going to take and compile all of the videos that I've done so far, and we're going to put them into a YouTube channel. So I'll have a YouTube channel that is going to have all of these videos on it, right? So you can look right there. You can just see all the topics, so you go to this YouTube channel, and I'll let you know, hopefully by Wednesday it's going to be done, so I'll let you know all the particulars by Wednesday. But there they are, then you don't have to go back to my wall and try to scroll through and try to get frustrated and think, oh my goodness, or sometimes it flips back to the top, right? And then you got to start all over again. So this way it's simple. And if you want to listen or whatever to the videos too, then you don't want to go on Facebook, you can just go right to YouTube, and you can see it, see the next one right on there. So I'm excited about that. My son's going to help me to do that, and I think it's going to be so easy, for people to get to these now and to listen to them. And so technology can be wonderful, right? When we're able to do things like that and just put things out there for people who need it. And hey, Krista. So that's the deal tonight. Two things. Don't fear the fear. You need to go back and listen to the start to understand what I mean by that, what I'm saying by that, and just my announcement about the YouTube videos that I'm really excited about too. So anyway, so that's kind of it tonight, but I'm going to say what I say all the time. If you're watching these, if they're speaking to you, if they can speak to somebody else, please just click that like button and share it. I'm so grateful. There's been so many of you who have shared these videos, and I'm so grateful for that, because that is the way that it gets them out the most, is those likes and those shares to get them to people that need it. If you're living like this, you know what it's like, or maybe you're not anymore, but you were at one time. You know what it's like. You know what it's like, and I am passionate about reaching as many people as I possibly can with a message of hope and encouragement. So please, take a minute. Just boom, it takes 2 seconds to like it, and it actually takes just, minutes to share it as well. Somebody who needs this, share it with them. And once I get the YouTube channel, then, if somebody says, well, I'm not on Facebook, well, have you got a laptop? You can hook up with youtube.com, and you can see the videos. You don't have to be on Facebook anymore. So that's going to be a really good addition. So anyways, that's it for tonight. You guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for liking the video. Thanks for sharing the video. And I will see you back here on Wednesday.